Hey there, Internet. Like I said in my review video, which if you haven't seen, you should check out, I really just went over the last chapter of One Piece. So what I said was I wanted to talk about a theory that I had that I haven't seen anywhere else. That doesn't mean it's not anywhere else, I just personally haven't seen it. And like I said, I wanted to talk about it in that video, but I was going kind of long and I knew this would take a while too, so I just decided to do a separate video. So here that is. So what I wanted to talk about was what Sanji is going to do next, specifically, and then from that we'll branch out. Now, I got this idea, well, it came to me. I was watching Roger Base's review of the chapter, which I'll link below. It's really good. He always does great stuff. You should check it out. And he said that he felt that Sanji was going to give the food that he had made for Pudding to Luffy, because, as we all know, Sanji can't let food go to waste. And so I heard that, and immediately I thought of this thing. So, one, like I said, we know Sanji can't let food go to waste, and we also know that he can't stand people starving. We learned that way back when we first met him, when he fed Jin, or Gin, or however you pronounce it, sorry, I forget. And he gave him the food even though he was criminal, and then he gave Dun Craig, sorry if that's not the name, it's been a while, he gave him food even though he came and attacked the sea restaurant and threatened his friends and Zeph and everything. So we know Sanji can't let people starve, and he can't waste food. And here's Luffy sitting there saying, I'm not going to eat anything until you bring me food. And now Sanji has food that he doesn't know what to do with. So I think Sanji's going to go back to the spot where Luffy said he was going to wait. But Sanji knows that Big Mom's army was on the way there to take Luffy. And so I don't think Sanji's going to be surprised when Luffy's not there. And I don't think he's planning on going back with Luffy, because remember, he still has the handcuffs on his wrists, and he still has Zeph to worry about. So Sanji's still not planning to go back with the Straw Hats, but he has to get this food to somebody, and Luffy's starving, so he's gonna give it to Luffy. So I think what's gonna happen is Sanji's gonna bring the food to the spot where Luffy said he was gonna wait, but he's gonna and Luffy's obviously not gonna be there because we just saw him get rescued by Jinbei. So I think Sanji's gonna write a note to Luffy and say, I know that you wouldn't have left if it was of your own free will. Believe me, I'm not disappointed that you weren't here, something along those lines, to say I know that when you said you were going to stay here, you were going to stay here. And he's also going to say, and I know because you promised that you're going to come back here and you're going to wait, and that you still haven't eaten anything, and you're still not going to have eaten anything when you get back here. Excuse me. Sorry. So he's going to leave this note saying that, and he's going to say one other thing. He's going to say, I'm going to go through with this wedding. And it might be the last thing I ever do, and I'm sorry about that. And that's what the note's gonna say. And basically, what I think will happen is, after Luffy gets out of the book, because Jinbei just went to rescue him and Nami, he's gonna go straight back, because the whole time he was fighting with Big Mom's army, he was saying, no, I can't leave, I promised Sanji I would stay here. And that's the kind of man Luffy is. And I think Sanji knows that, and that's why he's going to leave the food there. Because Luffy's going to go back to that spot And so Luffy's gonna find the note and know that, and at least have an inkling that Sanji knows what's happening. But he's still not gonna leave the spot because he still promised Sanji that until Sanji was coming back, he wasn't gonna leave the spot. But Chopper and but I also think Chopper and Carrot are going to run into Sanji because that's their plan, and Sanji's going to tell them, no, sorry, not going back, I have to go through with this, but also going to tell them that he knows what's happening, or somehow they're going to figure out that he knows that he's going to die at the wedding, and they're going to tell that to Luffy, that Sanji knows what's going to happen, and Luffy's just not going to sit by and let that happen, so he's going to go to the wedding and stop it. And so before I get to what happens at the wedding, I just want to say that also what could happen beforehand is Pudding uses her memo no mi fruit powers to take Sanji's memory of, not the straw hat, well, maybe she will, but of, at the very least, the conversation that he overheard. And obviously at the moment she doesn't know, but I think Sanji's going to tell her, and he's going to say, just take it out, like, I'll go, like, I won't, he's going to threaten her, basically, like, I won't go through with the wedding, or I'll ruin the cake or something, if you don't take out the memory, and she'll take it out. So Sanji will be going into this wedding still thinking that Pudding is his ray of hope. I don't know that that's going to happen. It just popped into my head when I was talking about my review and about what might happen with her powers. And I think that would be pretty interesting if something like that happens, where Sanji says, look, just please erase this certain memory. I just can't. I don't know that I would be able to go through with it if I know this, something like that. And then, so what I think is going to happen at the wedding is, I think Luffy's going to jump in front of the bullet. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of parallels between this situation and when Luffy met Zoro. Zoro was being held captive, just like Sanji is, and then he was standing in one spot without food, just like Luffy is. Luffy brought him food that was brought from a girl, and Sanji's gonna bring Luffy food that was meant for a girl, Pudding, that's been beaten up pretty badly because of the rain, and might be trampled on at some point. And we know that Sanji is about to be executed, just like Zoro was going to be. And what happened when Sanji met Zoro when Luffy met Zoro, was Luffy jumped in front of the bullets and stopped it. And that's what really made Zoro want to go with Luffy, or agree to go with Luffy. So I think Oda's going to draw that parallel to that moment, and he's going to have Luffy jump in front of the candy-jacketed bullet that Pudding aims at Sanji, and Luffy's going to save Sanji at the wedding. And then what happens from there, or what happens before that, I'm not really sure about, but I think that that's what's going to happen between Luffy and Sanji. I think Sanji's going to go back at that spot, pretty sure that Luffy's not there, but not really caring either way, because he just plans on giving the food to him and saying goodbye. And then Luffy's going to find that out and still not want to leave the spot, but then after Carrot and Chopper talk with Sanji and then find Luffy, he's going to realize that he has to go save Sanji. So that's what I think is going to happen. Let me know what you think. And as always, stay classy, interwebs.